G'day guys, Dean here from Blog for the Blood God, and I recently put out a video talking about the top 5 most brutal Chaos Space Marine characters. I basically broke down the Warlord trait, relics, stratagem combos with the Legion traits, and all of the different buffs that you can put on a character to make them go absolutely insane when they charge into that combat. And what I want to do today, and over the next couple of days, is release a series of videos focusing in on one of each of those characters and actually rolling it out here on camera, so that you can really get an understanding of just how brutal these are. So if you want to know which ones are coming out, check out my top 5 most brutal Chaos character combo video, and that's going to cover all 5 of them. And then basically I'm going to release 5 more videos. This will be one of them, and each one of those is going to contain a single one of those characters. So with that being said, let's get into the video.
Blog for the Blood God.
Alrighty, before we start this video, let's just do a quick recap by showing you a snippet from our previous episode on what this character actually does. And then once we've got a better understanding of which character we're talking about and what damage they do, we'll then roll it out on camera. So here's a clip from my previous episode on the top 5 most savage Chaos Space Marine characters. The Dank Apostle. Now this is a Dark Apostle. Most people, when they look at the Dark Apostle, they see him as a buffing character because he has a lot of different chants and things like that and abilities that buff nearby units. However, what I want to do with this guy is show you just how crazily powerful you can make him as a damage dealer. So let's get into it. Alright, so he's a Dark Apostle. For his Legion, we're using the Word Bearers this time. His relic is going to be the Eightfold Cursed Crozius. His Warlord trait will be the Exalted Possession. For his prayer, he's taking the Omen of Potency, and for his Mark of Chaos, we're giving him the Mark of Slaanesh. Alright, so there's a few things going on here. We're taking them as word bearers to unlock some of their unique relics and warlord traits, but the other thing that we're doing with this is we're giving him reroll hits, which is going to become really, really important in a moment. Alright, so first let's look at the Omen of Potency. So you add 3 attacks to the characteristic of this priest, and improve the armor penetration characteristic of melee weapons, excluding relics of this priest, by 2. Alright, so similar to like with the Night Lord's guy, the second part of this rule, increasing the AP, we're not going to get because we have given him a relic weapon. However, we are going to be getting those additional attacks, and just like the other characters, the attacks is the really juicy part of this character. Then his Warlord trait is Exalted Possession. This Warlord gains the Demon and Demonkin keywords. This Warlord has a 4+ invulnerable save against ranged attacks. Add 1 to the strength, attacks, and wounds characteristic of this Warlord, and add 2 to the move characteristic of this Warlord. Alright, so that's a lot of things for one command point pre-game to give this guy that Warlord trait. The Demon and Demonkin, they give a little bit of synergy with some stratagems, but they're not particularly important. What we're getting here is strength and attacks and movement. The 4-up invulnerable save against shooting attacks is kind of irrelevant as well, because being a Dark Apostle, he already has the 4-up invulnerable save against both shooting and melee. But the main thing that we're looking at here is more attacks on top of the ones that we've already gained from Omen of Potency, and also extra movement, which is going to allow you to throw this guy in really deep into your opponent's lines and ensure that you do get into combat. And last but not least, let's look at his relic, the Eightfold Cursed Crozius. So it's a Word Bearer's model with an Accursed Crozius, Cursed Weapon, or Power Maul only. This relic replaces the Accursed Crozius, Power Maul, or Accursed Weapon, and has the following profile. So it's a melee weapon, it's +2 strength, -2 AP, 3 damage, but it has an interesting ability here. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, if the bearer is a priest model and the target is not a monster or a vehicle, a successful hit roll automatically wounds the target. So again, if you put Diabolical Strength on this guy as well, he might be in a Rhino with some troops nearby. The downside to this guy is that some of his things like the Omen of Potency you need to do in the command phase. So it's unlikely that you're going to be putting this guy in a Rhino unless you want to spend the 2 command points to get your prayer to go off outside of the command phase. But basically, you're going to sling this guy forward, you're going to put Psychic Powers on him, you're going to buff him up to high hell, and then he's going to go in there with a whole ton of attacks, and every single hit is going to wound. Similar to the other characters that we've seen so far, that just puts out a ridiculous amount of wounds, and then this guy's flat 3 damage as well, so he's going to be just killing Terminators, killing big chunky things, and doing an insane amount of damage. So really, really powerful character here, and you don't even need to roll to wound. That's the best part. All right, let's roll out this Dark Apostle. So he has 5 attacks in his profile. So he's going to get 5 attacks there. He's going to get +2 from Diabolical Strength, which has been cast onto him by nearby Legionnaires. He's going to get +3 from his Omen of Potency. And he's going to get +1 more from his Exalted Possession. So he goes in with this many attacks. He's going to be hitting on 2s, and he's going to be re-rolling. And for argument's sake, let's say that we're engaged in Wanton Slaughter. Maybe it's a couple of turns deep into the game. He's been hiding in some Terminators or something like that. Now's his time to shine. So he goes in. 2 6s there, so we're going to keep those, and we're just going to re-roll everything else. Try to fish for more 6s. All right, so we get some more 6s there. So we got the those ones miss. The ones in my hand here, but we've got 5 regular hits and 5 exploding hits. So I need more dice. You always know it's good when you didn't even prepare enough dice for the guy. So there's 10 hits there, plus an additional 5, right? So that's all hits. And now this guy's Eightfold Crozius has a special rule where basically against anything that's not a monster or a vehicle, it just wounds. It just automatically wounds. So they're all wounds on a unit of Marines from one character. Now, bearing in mind that he has only AP 2, so against Marines, they're going to be getting a 4-up save. But against anything non-armor of Contempt, you're looking at probably 5s or 6s. But either way, we're doing Marines, so they're going to get 4-up saves against this, and every fail is going to be a dead Marine. And this would go the same for things like Terminators, same for things like Bikes, because it's a damage 3 melee weapon. So let's roll it out. Alrighty, so on this dice roll, they passed, out of those saves, they passed 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dead Marines. So this guy just goes in, boop, like a missile, and just wipes out an entire tactical squad. Really, really strong character. But one of his, I guess, weaknesses is that he is really strong into infantry and stuff like that because of his auto wounds. But what happens if he goes up against something like an Armiger or a Rhino or something to that effect? So let's do an Armiger. So he's got 5 attacks here from his profile. +2 from Diabolical Strength, +3 from his Omen of Potency, and +1 more from his Exalted Possession trait. So he's still going to be hitting the Armiger on a 3+, on a 2+, sorry, with full rerolls. So let's roll those hits. So we've got 3 6s there. That's a good start. And then let's reroll all the fails. No additional 6s there, but we did get 2 misses. So 3 extra hits from those exploded 6s. Gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hits. Now, he's not automatically wounding. However, he is Strength 4. He gets +2 from his Crozius, so Strength 6. He gets +1 from his Exalted, so Strength 7. And then he gets another +2 from his Omen of Potency. So that means he's going into Strength 9. So he's going to be wounding that Armiger on 3s, which we roll quite well. 2 fails there. And he doesn't have reroll wounds. So then they are going to make saves. Now this being AP2, Armiger doesn't have Armor of Contempt, so 5-up saves. And each one is 3 flat damage. So we take out those 2 successful saves and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 3, that's 24 damage. So this guy would have just gone in and killed a Knight because he's Strength 9, so he would have been wounding a Knight on 3s. Knight's going to get the same armor save as an Armiger unless they have like a relic upgrade or anything like that. But generally speaking, this one guy just goes in and just bang and just kills a Knight. So you can kill anything from 10 tactical Marines in one volley to a Knight in a single volley. Really, really powerful character. He's one of my favorites. Alrighty guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you would like to see more of these style videos where I take a particular combo and roll it out live on camera to show you just how powerful it is, let me know, because this is something that I'm looking to build into my ongoing masterclass for the various legions. I want to find every single combo that's worth looking into, and I want to put it into these videos. So let me know what you think in the comments below. A huge thank you to my supporters on Patreon. You're the reason that I was able to get 2 cameras set up. You know, I've been able to upgrade my equipment consistently through my own financial investment because you guys motivate me, you guys inspire me, and you guys make me believe that if I continue to do this, eventually I will be able to make this a full-time job or at least a part-time job and try and generate an actual community where we have sick content coming out regularly. So a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters. If you want to show your support, either head over to Patreon, that's the best place to go. We've got a Discord community there where we get a lot of good work done. We do one-on-one coaching, we talk lists and strategy in pairings and matchups, we talk it all. Or if you want to show your support by getting something back, you can purchase a shirt like what I'm wearing over on my Teespring site, links in the description, or you can purchase some neoprene objective markers, or I've got dice on the way as well. So whichever way you want to go, we've got you covered. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
The Warhammer community suffers from some of the most prohibitively expensive essentials in the world, especially Australian content creators. Every single day, Dean wants to create content, but he can't. Suffering from old, worn-out brushes, expensive model kits, and costly software and equipment, he can't endure much longer. Just look at this dirty paint water. Would you drink this? Would you let your child? Even a small monthly donation can help provide Dean with clean paint water, basic tools for survival, and access to life-saving information and education. So please, follow the links in the description below and find out how you can sponsor a mad cunt like Dean today and end the suffering. Suffering that is cruel, unsustainable, and your fault.
Do your objective markers ever get lost behind terrain or other models and become difficult to see? Do they ever get bumped and accidentally moved during a game? And do they ever spark arguments about distances? Well, not anymore. Introducing the blog for the blood god, not even remotely patented neoprene objective markers. Made from the same material as astronaut suits, or maybe military equipment, or probably neither of those things, this 2mm thick neoprene synthetic rubber is tear resistant, water resistant, and is designed to last. But that's not all. The blog for the blood god, not even remotely patented neoprene objective markers come in a variety of different designs and styles to suit any faction represented in the Warhammer 40,000 universe. These objective markers are a perfect gift for yourself or a friend, and are a perfect way to flex and show your opponent that not only are you a smarter, cooler, and better 40k player than them, but you also have more disposable income than they do. For the low price of $25, you'll get not one, not two, but 6 neoprene objective markers, perfectly designed for 9th edition Warhammer 40k. But wait, there's more. For a limited time only, people who sign up on Patreon to support Blog for the Blood God as a Skull Champion tier $5 per month member will gain access to a custom design service where I will design a unique logo to support their gaming club, like the one I did to the left here for the Potato Farmers local gaming club here in Melbourne. Follow the links in the description of this video to pick up your set today.